As night falls in Singapore, the track starts to warm up, and it'll be red hot by the time we find out who's on pole for tomorrow's race. Time to set the grid then. Welcome along to qualifying here in Singapore.
Where do you check?
We've dropped to P20.
Should be good. Should be through. Decent laps. Oof.
And we've dropped to P12.
Thanks, we're through. That was kind of sketchy, honestly, to try to go through like that. Oh, we actually have a decent pace here. Oscar out. Gasly through. Yeah, we're coming for that. We're coming for that seat, that McLaren seat. In the end, good luck. I'll take 2 fresh stops, please. One shot qualifying here. Purple, purple. P1, baby.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Whew.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. And here's our track, 4.94 kilometers long, and overtaking chances into the first corner, into turn 14 at the end of the Esplanade, and now into turn 16 in the newly reprofiled sector that we first ran on in 2023. Still though, it's punishing and tough on the brakes, and the heat and humidity will take an effect on our drivers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Bell lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Max Verstappen, and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Sainz, Antonelli, and Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Albon, Ollie Bearman, and Bortoletto, Hadjar, Lawson, Esteban Ocon, and George Russell. Tsunoda and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me for this afternoon's commentary, Naomi Schiff. Good afternoon, Gnomes. You know us, professionals as we are, we don't listen to rumours all the time, just some of the time. And in the case of this driver, I think we were right to listen to those rumours because they were true. Well,
every driver has their own characteristics and how they deal with these situations, but a lot of it may have to do with whether the seat they're in currently is secured or not. And I would say to these drivers, try not to think too much about it. Make sure you focus on your performances on track because that's what's going to make the difference.
Hello?
Job.
What's up? Evil, I'm so excited that you joined as a member of Happy Valley. As you may or may not know, each of our members has been assigned to one of our elders for particular pastoral care. We hope, of course, that you will connect with many of our pastors at Happy Valley, but there will always be one elder who is uniquely concerned of how you're doing. In your case, that's me. I want you to know that I am available as needs arise or you just want someone to pray with or answer questions. Additionally, though, I hope to do two things with you. Pray for you regularly, so please let me know specific ways I can be in prayer for you. Meet with you occasionally. I would love to connect as often as we can informally, and I plan to meet with every member no less than once per year for a little longer discussion where I can hear more about all areas of your life and know best how to pray for and equip you in the Lord. Again, I am simply reaching out today to let you know that I am your assigned elder, and I hope you will let me know, one, how I can best be praying for you now and or in an ongoing way, and two, when we might be able to meet in the coming weeks or months for an annual pastoral care meeting. Look forward to hearing from you. Brandon Smiley, Elder, Happy Valley Baptist
What?
Church.
You're a Baptist, bruh?
Well, yeah, bruh.
Why aren't you Methodist?
'Cause, bruh, Baptist or go home, bruh. Bro, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy and paste all this bullshit, put it into AI, bro, and have them come up with a good response, bro. What do you think about that plan?
Well, why do you have to have an elder pray for you?
I guess that's part of being a member.
Have you done that in any other church?
Not really. Can you make a response for that? Hi, alright, this is what AI cooked up, bruh. Hey Brandon, thanks so much for the warm welcome and the info about the pastoral care setup. I really appreciate you reaching out. Your prayer request, if you could keep my family in your thoughts, especially as well as we adjust to some new changes, that would be amazing. As for the meetup, I'm pretty flexible. How does sometime the next month look on your end? Just let me know what works for you. Thanks again for everything, Abel. Bro, what if I just say, yo, there's this girl on my flight school, bro. Please, can you pray that I can bag? Do I say that?
Bro, yeah. You should genuinely just be like, pray I get a bad bitch.
Yeah. Say it like that to my pastor.
Yeah, bro.
I can get a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Er, Does your dad ever swear?
no.
Does your mom?
No.
Have you ever heard them swear?
No. My dad, yeah. Dude, it was crazy when I
Damn.
heard my dad do it, bro. He was mad because I think Aiden didn't do the dishes or something, or some crazy shit. It doesn't seem like something you should get mad at, but he was mad, bro, about the dishes. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
clean the fucking dishes. That's what he said. It was crazy, bro.
And clean them right away?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We knew he wasn't fucking messing around. Thanks so much for the warm welcome. Okay, for the prayer requests, if you could keep, I'm gonna change that. For the
Yeah.
prayer requests,
Pray I get a bad bitch.
for prayer requests, am juggling 2 jobs at and to keep myself. Did you hear my keyboard typing?
Not really.
Each of them has their unique challenges with it, and it puts a lot of stress on me to see them fail. Three. How do I obviously I'm not gonna fucking say can God give me a bad bitch. Obviously I'm not gonna word it like that. How do I word it to a pastor, Bray? Please pray that God would let me bag? Is that too informal? What do you think, G?
Please pray that God would let me start a beautiful family soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pray that God would
Show me a path to creating my own family. Starting my own family. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that God would guide a path to starting my own family in the future. How about that? That sounds pretty cool. All
Yeah,
right,
bro.
you ready for this updated email, Bray? Because AI was terrible, Bray. Hey, Brandon, thanks so much for the warm welcome and the info about the pastoral care setup. I feel like the word setup is kind of goofy, but whatever. I really appreciate you reaching out. For prayer requests, one, I am juggling 2 jobs at the moment to keep myself afloat financially. Please pray that God will continue to give me success and financial stability as I am independent from my family for the first time. 2, I care about my students' performance throughout their training and I want to see them succeed. Each of them has their unique challenges and it puts a lot of stress on me to see them fail. I am having some success with their training, but some of them are struggling. 3, please pray that God would guide a path to start my own family in the future. Would guide a path? Would provide a path. How about that? Provide a path to starting my own family in the future. As for meetup, I am pretty flexible. How does sometime in the next month? I don't know. I won't do that far. How about the next? I don't know. July 4th is coming up. What if I do it after? How about I say what day of the week is best for you? My Mondays and Tuesdays are open. Mondays and Tuesdays. Thanks again for everything, Abel. Did I cook?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did it save? Okay. Send. What if he just writes back and goes, "Dog, I ain't doing all that work." He's like, pick one. What if he said, bro? What if he said, pick one, bitch?
You'd be like, that bitch?
Yeah. Fuck, bro. I like the strategy of starting on the softs. I think I'm gonna start on the softs, dog. What do you think about the strat of starting on the soft compound? Is that the play, Bear? Is that the play? I think that's the play, Michael. I think I'm gonna go full pressures, actually. I think these bitches are gonna overheat. I'll do a little bit less in the fronts, but the rear's gotta be full, Bear. Those bitches are gonna overheat. Yeah, I mean, if Tyra wanted to, like, if she, like, walked up to me and was like, hey, you want to have a family right now? I'd be like,
And the
shit,
formation
alright.
lap gets underway here
She's
in
like,
Singapore. The
she
fans
was like,
have
yo,
come
you
out
wanna
here in
have
large
kids?
numbers,
I'd be
and
like,
they'll be
okay.
hoping to see an exciting race unfold
What do you think
before
about
our
that?
very eyes.
You think that's likely that she'll say something like that to me randomly in the hallway?
We have to get married first.
What?
You'd have to get married first.
So as
Yeah.
all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, and which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Alright, bro. Starting on pole, bro. What do you think I can do from pole, bro? I got Hammy P2. The two Fawawis are behind me.
Systems all looking good. Head down.
I broke DRS, Michael.
Okay, DRS is now available. Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more. lap to your teammate behind, 3.7 seconds. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Seeing a lot of tyre deck now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus. Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Fuck me.
Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, 2 stops left now, 2 stops.
And hop.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button. Okay, mate, we've got to move up the order if we can, so I'm setting you a new target. Push, push.
heard you back.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Now, keep taking care of them. Yes, mate, we hit the target. Nice work.
Tyre wear is very good on these.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up. Okay, you've got front wing damage. This will have a major impact on performance unless you box for a new one. Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to go and check it out. Got that, confirmed. Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.